Hello, everybody. Welcome. How's it going, folks? What's up? Hello, DQNV Divine. Hello, Bake31011. Hello, Silent Joe 27. Hello, Sochlerite. Hello, Kira. Welcome, Kira. How's it going? Augustin, Lara 24. What's up, Devo Lore? Subscriber Devo Lore. What's up, Confused Laughter? How's it going, D. Makeda? So glad that you are excited for the show. Welcome. It's Whirls 12. What's up, Riley H227? We got a lot of subscribers hanging out here. What's up, Pasta Major? What's up, Ezra Azura? I pronounced it correctly. D. Makeda. So glad. Is this based on your real name? Many Twitch handles are not. My Twitch handle is just my name, Adam Conover. I don't know why people just use that as their online handle. Just put your own goddamn name. Your life will be better if you use your own name. So glad you like the hat, Riley H. This is an Ebbetsfield Flannels Kansas City Cats hat. I've had it for many years, and I don't know why. I decided I wanted to wear a hat today. Mostly because I didn't put product in my hair. So, what else is going? What's up, TikTok sucks? This is your first stream. Are you, you're more of a Twitch person than a TikTok person? I guess. All right. Who else is here to say hi to me? Come on. I want people to say hello. I want to say hello to you before we start the show. What's up? Kinglar 45. Did you mistype hello and you wrote who instead? What's up, Ramanazer? What's up, I got caught in a loop. What's up, Non-Explosive? What's up, Tim R31? What's up, Silent Joe 27? What's up, Thick Diane? Our favorite username. Everyone give a shout out to Thick Diane, our very favorite username on the whole stream. Love it. OG San 703. OG San 307. Thank you for being here. What's up, Skippin' Mittens? What's up, Stephen F200? What's up, Osabelli? What's up, Ron Funches? Ron Funches is on the show, and he's saying hi in the chat. Folks, give Ron Funches a follow. He's on the show tonight, and he's also a wonderful streamer in his own right. Good vibes, Thick Diane. Good vibes. What's up, Kurules 110? I'm doing good. What's up, Matthew Duras? I'm looking radiant as always. Thank you very much. I feel chill today. I got a lot going on, but I feel chill. What's up, Electric Gauntlet? Hi, first stream, cut my thumb on a metal spatula today. Oh my gosh, I'm very sorry. I hope you're not bleeding. Please put a Band-Aid on that shit. Don't just bleed around your house. My God. What's up, The Lana Bean? What's up, Not Explosive? What's up, Osabelli? Did I already say hi to you, Osabelli? What's up, Don't Candice? What's up, Angelic Mastermind? Donk and Dice. G'day from an Aussie. Welcome, Australian. What time is it where you are? Is it the middle of the night where you are, Australian, or is it very early in the morning? Ready for some good comedy? Hell yeah. We have an incredible show for you today, folks. The name of this show is Stopgap Standup. Let me tell you a little bit about it. This is your first time being on the show. If it's your first time coming to the show, I'm afraid that I've got some bad news for you. But here's the show. I'm a stand-up comic. You may know, you may not know. I miss doing stand-up comedy. I've not been able to do stand-up comedy in months on end. And I miss doing it. And I miss hanging out with other comedians. It's part of why, one of the best things about stand-up comedy is hanging out with and knowing other comedians. Like, here's the thing about comedians. We have extremely high taste in people because we know so many other comedians who are funny and interesting people that we normal people do nothing for us anymore. Does that make sense? They're like sawdust in our mouths. We need the fascinating, strange takes and ways of being of fellow comics, and I haven't been around any of them. And I want to see them, so I want to put this show together, both so I could do stand-up comedy and so that I could be around stand-up comedians, and so that we could keep stand-up comedy alive during the pandemic. So this show, first of all, is paid. We pay the comics, we pay our wonderful booker, Catherine. And your cheers, subs, and donations allow me to continue paying the comics. So if you're able to cheer or subscribe or donate, there's a donation link down below. donation link ensures we get the most amount of your money. But if you want to subscribe, we have wonderful custom emotes. We have a Discord server with a special subscriber channel. Awesome shit. All those things help us continue to pay the comics. So I appreciate you if you do. It's 11 a.m. on the East Coast of Australia. Well, not too early for comedy. That's pretty good, actually. All right. Prodigal Son says, I don't know why, and I love you, but there's something therapeutic about intimate stand-up with a dude who has a super mega TV show following, but he's at like 100 to 200 viewers. It's really nice. I think that is nice. Did I mess up the name of the stream? It didn't change the name of the stream. Catherine just alerted me that the name of the stream is wrong. Okay, sorry. I changed it before we started, and it reverted. So I got to fix that before it's too late. Make sure I spell everyone's name correctly. I did. Okay. I fixed it. Thank you. My God. I can't believe we had that wrong. Stand up microphone back. Here we go. Fixed it. All right. So, what was I saying? We do this show for that reason, so that we can do stand-up comedy with each other, get comics paid a little bit, and hang out with other comedians. Unfortunately, this is going to be the very last Stopgap stand-up for a while, because I am going back into production on television. It is now possible to shoot TV shows again, or at least the TV shows that I make. So you might have heard I'm doing a new show for Netflix called The G Word. We are going to be able to shoot that again. And so no longer am able to have a weekly stand-up date here on Twitch because I'm going to be deep in the bowels of television land. But the show may come back in the future. It certainly may. I love doing it. Maybe we'll even do it after we're able to do live stand-up comedy elsewhere. But it's been a wonderful couple months doing this with you. And stand-up comedy never dies. It only moves to a new venue after the club closes because it turns out that it was infested with serial sexual harassers and it had to be shut down. And then the comedians all go somewhere else. That's not what's happening to this. I really shouldn't have gone off on that tangent because now I've muddled matters. That's not this place. That's just, it's a bad industry that we work in, and there's a lot of bad things happen. So anyway, but this is a nice place. This show is a nice place. We got $1.69 for DQ Envy Divine, which is good because I really talked myself into a fucking corner there. Okay, so here's how the show works. This is the last one. We're going to blow it out. We have a massive show for you today. This is the last one for a little bit. We are going to blow it out with 3 incredible comics. Here's how the show works. We're going to get it on the road in a second. I am going to post a Zoom link into Yonder Chat, and you have the option, if you so desire, you in the Twitch audience, of clicking on that link and joining our live Zoom audience. Now, why do we want you to do that? Well, we need laughter for stand-up comedy to survive. Without laughter, there is no stand-up comedy. And so we want you in that room so your live laughs can be a part of the show. We need you in there. We just have a couple ground rules, very simple ground rules, not difficult. Okay, number 1 is only laugh. Make no other sounds. All right, make no moans, make no groans. Do not reply. Do not simply talk into your microphone. Yes, I thought it was funny. Don't do that. Just laugh. Only exception if the comic asks you a direct question. Anyone from Cleveland here? You can say, yes, I am from Cleveland. I am from Cincinnati. I like the weird spaghetti chili. You can say that if you like. Number 2, if you are in a loud area, please mute your microphone. If something happens if someone starts banging pots and pans, if a parade enters to your living room, hit mute. We don't need to hear that shit. I can mute you if I need to. Please don't make me. It is distracting to me. And number 3, no video. Stop your video. Do not come when you enter. If you see your video is on, turn it off. We do not want to see you. We just want to hear your lovely laughing voices. Can we all agree to follow those rules? I think we can. So here comes the link. I'm going to post the link in Yonder Chat, and I want you all to join. When you join, stop your video and mute yourself at first. We'll come in muted if you don't mind. That's how we like to do it around here. Let me resize my window a little bit. I feel like Bob Ross. Resize the window just a little bit. And then we'll get the show on the road. What are people saying on the chat in the meantime? People are excited that the show is starting. Lana Bean says, I promise to be a good boy. Good. Lana Bean says, oh my God. Whoa, watch out for your feedback. Watch out for your feedback, friends. Someone's got a little feedback. Okay. It's fine. Folks, if you're watching at home, try to wear headphones. If you wear headphones, then it'll minimize the chances of feedback when there are laughs. Oh, where is that coming from? Okay, good. I frightened myself for a second. Everyone came into the room while I was looking away, and I got startled. Okay. Yes, don't forget. Oh, thank you. Kat reminds us, if you join the Zoom, make sure to mute the Twitch stream so you don't hear double audio. I'm sure you'll figure that out yourself. All right, folks. So let's get the show on the road. I think we're about ready to go. We got a whole bunch of people here in the Zoom room. Thank you so much for joining. We got like 10 folks here in the Zoom room. Anyone else, you can feel free to come in if you want. You're welcome to join. Just come in quietly as though you're joining a show already in progress. But we're going to get the show on the road. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave this. I'm just going to walk literally up against my wall and stand there for a second. And when I do, I want everybody to unmute. Okay, and then when I re-enter, I want you to give me a giant round of applause as though we were all at a real show and not trapped in our own fucking houses. All right, so here I go. I'm gonna leave. Everybody unmute. Everybody unmute. Thank you, Reverend Dan, for subscribing. Oh my God! Wait, somebody just gifted a whole bunch of subs while I was doing this. Okay, here we go. Here I come. Everybody unmute. I need everyone to unmute. Unmute yourselves. Unmute yourselves. Unmute yourselves, my pretties. All right, here we go. And here I come. Uh-oh, someone came in with video. We've got to stop their video. It is hard to host a show and also be the technical director. Boom. Okay, we'll do our best. Folks, please welcome to the stage, Adam Conover. Hell yes. Hell yes, everybody. Welcome to the show. That was a wonderful greeting. Are you excited for a live comedy show this evening? Yeah! Incredible. You are all so wonderful. And by the way, I need to give it up. To the Unode for donating 10 subs to people all across the channel. They gifted 10 subs. Give it up for them. The Unode is a hero. That's right. It's a stand-up comedy show / telethon. That's what we're here to do. Thank you so much, folks, for coming along on this bizarre exercise with me each and every week to see if we can do a comedy show where every audience member is in a different weird room in their own house in a different state somewhere in the world. It's bizarre. Completely unbelievable that we can all occupy the same headspace and laugh at the same things when being so far apart. Truly incredible and also slightly awkward. I'm amazed it works at all. Okay, I have to do some comedy here to start the show, and I'm so unprepared as usual. Can you see my notebook? I don't think you can. Oh, almost. It's not quite focusing. It says only one banana. That's the only thing I wrote down. God damn the focus. All right, there we go. Only one banana is what I wrote down. And this is literally the only thing I want to talk about today, which is a revelation I had this weekend, which is, why is there only one banana? Think about it. There's so many apples. Do you know how many apples? There's hundreds of apples. You go to the store. You could get a pink lady. You could get a red delicious. You could get a green delicious, a yellow delicious, a Granny Smith. You could get a sweet tango apple. There's dozens of them. Only one fucking banana. Why? What's going on? They don't think we want multiple types of bananas? I would happily try out different bananas. What if there was one banana that was very long and extra sweet? What if there was don't laugh. It's not a penis thing, okay? I want to taste different bananas. What if there was a banana that was really thick? What if there was it's really hard to not make it a penis joke. I'm working the material out, okay? I'm not doing my A for my fucking Twitch show, all right? This is where This is where I try to work the material out for the first time. What if there was a banana? What if there was a sour banana? What if there was a? What is going on? Now here's the problem with myself as a comedian, is that a lot of comedians will ask questions like that, and they'll be like, "What the fuck? Why is there only one? What's going on?" Unfortunately, because I am a research-based comedian, I know the answer to the question. I fucking ruined my own bit. The reason there's only one banana is that in somewhere around the 50s, there was a banana blight that killed the other banana. There used to be two types of banana. The banana we eat today is called the Cavendish banana. And the banana that we ate back then was called the Gros Michel, which is French for the Big Mike banana. It is an older, fatter banana. It tasted different. Some people believe that if you taste banana candy, it doesn't taste like regular bananas, right? It tastes like this other flavor. That's what the Gros Michel tasted like. They made it taste like this other banana, and then that banana went basically extinct. It was wiped out by banana blight, and then we were left with this other banana, which most people say is worse than the other banana, but that's the only banana we have because of banana blight. Can you believe that? There used to be a better banana, and we are here eating. We've grown up with this lesser banana that its only skill is that it did not die. And I think that's what the pandemic is going to do to humanity. Does that make sense? I think that all of us who are left are going to be, 50 years, they're going to be like, yeah, there used to be better people around. There used to be like other types of people. There used to be old people. There used to be... but, the pandemic killed all of them, and now all that we have left these are the dopes who survived. You know what I mean? Like, all your friends from college, they were all stupid enough to all go out and get wasted, and then half of them died, and these are the only ones left. These are the only ones. Is this too morbid for... It's the world we live in. Sorry. It is the world we live in. Here's the other piece of it that I know. Again, how do I tell jokes that are based on ignorance? This is kind of weird when I know the answers to my own questions. I have not yet resolved this as a comedian. It's caused problems for my career. The reason there's so many apples is because apples do not breed true. This is really interesting. When you plant an apple in the ground, if you take like a Granny Smith apple, you take the seed, you plant it in the ground, apples are weird genetically in that they don't really like descend from their parents. You don't get another Granny Smith apple. Instead, you get like a fucking random apple. Like you get like, what if you went to the character creator in a video game, but it was a character creator for apples? Does that make sense? And you hit random on every button. You were just like random size, random sweetness, random skin color, random skin thickness. And so most apples are fucking inedible. You get like a horrible Monster Factory apple that is only good for making cider, basically. You could like ferment it and turn it into cider. And instead, what they do to make apples is they graft them. They like clone the apple. They clone one apple from another. And the apples that we came from are the apples that we have today. A lot of them are like apples where people won the lottery by getting that apple. Does that make sense? Like if every apple is random, you plant it. Only some of the apples are edible. If you randomly get a good apple, it's like, oh my God, I won the lottery. I got a great apple. I'm going to clone this apple. I'm an apple millionaire. And that's why we have the Fuji. Like that is true. That is true about apples. It's not as funny as my initial observation. What's going on? Why don't the banana people want to make us more bananas? Like if I were that kind of comic. So many comics are just like, I don't understand the world and I don't want to learn. And that's their entire perspective. They never go look up why do hot dogs come in packages of 8 if hot dog buns come in packages of 10? Well, I could look it up, but I refuse to. Why are men like this and women like that? Would I critique gender presentation in our society? No, I'll just make my observation and never think about it again. We are a lazy people. That's what I'm saying. As comedians, are lazy thinkers passing themselves off as philosophers, but it's all fake, all right? We're all bullshit artists, and you should never listen to a goddamn word any of us say. With all that being said, let's start the stand-up comedy show. Really glad all you folks have joined us for the show today. I'm going to paste the link in one more time. You're welcome to join our Zoom show if you want. We got a couple people who joined the Zoom but didn't unmute. Feel free to unmute. Be brave. Unmute. Contribute your laughs to the show. We really do need them. And don't worry, if something bad happens in the background, I will mute you, and you don't even have to feel bad about it. It just happens. Are you guys ready for your first comic of the evening? Yeah, I need to hear a little bit more than that. Are you ready, in fact, for your first comic of the evening? Okay, one of you definitely hurt yourselves yelling too loud. I really appreciate it. Your first comic is absolutely incredible. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a very good friend of almost everybody's, to be quite honest. Please give it up for the wonderful Ron Funches, everybody.
I think he's on mute. No, I was like, I'm looking at my mouse and I was like, it's got one little bar blinking, but there's no way it's going to die right at this time. And yet it did. It died right when you said to unclick my microphone. That's how life works. That's great. That's fun. I love Adam. Thank you for having me on your show. He is a good friend of mine. He is a fun comedian and certainly a different type of comedian. He is like the masked magician of comedians. He's the only one I know who is like, oh, why did the chicken cross the road? And then here is why. Did you like that joke? Let me tell you why you should not have. Like, that's a fun tactic. But I'm just happy to be here. I'm enjoying my life. A lot of positive things have been going for me lately. I know it's been pandemic. You guys been hearing about it. I'm sure you're aware. So I don't have to dig too deep into that. But I want to talk about the positives that I've been seeing in my life. It's allowed me to go on walks more with my wife and see fun things in the neighborhood. Like I saw a sign that someone put out in my neighborhood that just said that they had a lost bird. And I was like, is he? Is he just doing bird things? You know? Chasing worms, go into airports. That's what birds like to do.
We would think about that.
No, I agree with you. It is. Oh, it's fun. I like being able to see your names in here and point you out. Joshua, you are a strong laugh leader. Thank you for your work. I appreciate what you're doing out here today. For those who don't know me, I'm just happy. I got married recently and during the pandemic. Thank you so much. A lot of people ask me what it's like to get married in the pandemic, and I totally recommend it. I don't recommend a non-pandemic wedding. Those are weird to me. Because I got married before when I was in my 20s. Also a thing I don't recommend, but it was a big party. We invited so many people. We spent so much money, probably just trying to convince ourselves we were meant to be together when we truly were not. But this one is just me and my fiance, and we got my son, and we just got married together, and it was solid. And then we just ate a cake and watched 90 Day Fiance till we fell asleep. I was like, this is what I want. I want my marriage to be like the wedding. I don't want a party every day full of my racist relatives. I just want to see what's up with Yara. What's going? Anybody else watch 90 Day? Cause I'm loving it. Oh, I'm alone. Is this because I know Adam's people are smart, but I don't care. I like being smart and liking dumb shit. I'm prone to it. It's fun to me. It's fun to have your mind take a break. You don't gotta look up the answer to everything, Adam. Although I do like knowing there's another banana. I want to know what it tastes like. That's fun to me. I forgot what it was called. I feel it was the Gross Michelle or Gross Mike. I forgot. Yeah. Gross. But what if I want a Gross Michelle cream pie? What would that have been like?
You can't know.
Why can't I know, Adam?
Because they died out. They don't exist.
Look it up for me. Oh my God. Oh, I've forgotten how to do stand up in general. I'll tell you that. I don't have many setups or punchlines or jokes for you. I just came to talk and say hello. I have fully, like a lot of comedians like Adam are fighting against the ever increasing void of being like, oh, there's nothing for me to do. I embrace that. I got into this business not to work. I'm pro that. And also, I mean, I talked about this one. Mostly I came over here to disagree with Adam. He talked about how he like hanging out with comedians each other, which is fun and fine, but on occasion, but it's too competitive. I must regularly hang out with a regular person who I know I could defeat. That is fun. But I am excited to get back on the road, learn some jokes, see how people are doing. I'm so tired of being isolated. I just want to get back out and because when you're so isolated, it feels like everything's going against each other. It's how the news does, That's maybe why, unlike Adam, I do choose sometimes to keep myself willfully uninformed. Because I often feel like, I mean, we see what it did to Adam. His demeanor. He was a sweet man when I met him years ago. But for real, it's just like, it's often just like tries to tear us apart, makes you feel bad. That's what the news does. That's why I just watch Rugrats on Hulu. Everything's fine for Tommy Pickles in the gang. I mean, sure, Angelica's being a bitch every now and again. But that's just because her mama's been paying too much attention to Jonathan and not enough to her. A Cynthia doll is not a substitute for a parental figure. But that's just, see, that's where I put in my research into the Rugrats mythos. Oh, I don't know what else to say. You want to talk to me, Adam? I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, sure. Come here. Here I am. Hey, keep it going for Ron Funches, everybody. Ron, I needed that. Thank you very much. I need to be called out because I do get stressed out. I feel like I know too much and it upsets me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I found out with a lot of people who know a lot of stuff. It seems like a burden. It seems like knowledge is often a burden, you know? And so sometimes you just got to pick and choose what you want inside of your head. So I say knowledgeable about some subjects and then not about others.
What are you knowledgeable about?
Oh, let's see. Oh, not very knowledgeable about pro wrestling from the 80s till today. I'm knowledgeable about sitcoms from the here and now. I'm knowledgeable about, being a good father and hanging out with my son, being active. But as far as I don't know, subjects, not much.
See, I'm because you talk about wrestling, and I'm like, oh yeah, wrestling. They have a lot of labor issues right now. A lot of players.
For sure. Absolutely. That was another thing. Oh, I was going to make fun of that. What industry is good, Adam? You gotta name an industry that's good. Tell me one. Even the healthcare industry is horrible. That's the one of the most horrible.
Oh, fuck. Video games are bad.
Yeah.
Entertainment industry's bad. Comedy's bad.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, but Ron, if you know how things are bad, you can't really make them better, but you can be upset that they're not better.
You could also just not be bad yourself and set examples. That's what,
That's pretty good. But sometimes you need to know what's bad in order that you not be secretly bad. Because some people think they're good, they're saying a good example, but they're actually doing things bad. And I include myself in that. I'm probably doing lots of stuff that is bad I don't even know about.
Yeah, who isn't? Some of it we know about, some you do know, and it's just fun.
Yup, that's true. You know what I do? Ron? This is how fucked up I am. I know eating meat's very bad for the planet and for the animals, and so I avoid eating meat most of the time, but not all the time. Sometimes I still eat it, and then I'm just I just know I'm doing a bad thing. I'm punishing myself. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, just fully embrace all of it. Be bad, be good, be the full you're okay. You're great. I mean, come on.
Oh my gosh, this is a therapy session for me. Ron, what have you been tell me about your new show. You got a new show. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's called Chopped 420. It's from the Chopped franchise, and they have 52 seasons. So I was like, let me get involved. Well, they got a new one, Discovery Plus app. Is Chopped plus me plus weed. I feel like those are great things to add all together.
Yeah. Are people cooking with the weed, or are these foods for high people, or is it both?
It's all of the above, of course. What's fun about it is it's top, guess pun intended, top shelf chefs that have been trained for years who are turn around. They're not making brownies and cookies. They're making a sour diesel roasted duck salad and things of this nature. It's beautiful to watch. And then it was also beautiful work there and eat some of it. So I'd like to continue. So please watch it.
Amazing. It sounds fucking hilarious. Do you get do you get too high to work on this show? What happens?
No, they got a professional. So
a professional what, Ron?
Weed smoker and comedian, so that I could hang. It's
you're
no
the
problem.
Professional.
Yes.
Okay, got it. I thought they were we've got a guy who changes your blood so you don't get too high. Or something like that.
Don't start another QAnon rumors.
Keep it going for Ron Funches, everybody. The wonderful Ron Funches. Yeah. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for being here, Ron. Go watch his new show, Chopped 420 on Discovery Plus. Folks, we're going to keep the show moving right along because my friend just logged me out of the Zoom account, which means we only have 40 minutes left. So I used my friend's paid Zoom account, and apparently he had to start a new Zoom, so he logged me out, and now we're on a time limit. So please welcome your next comic. She's incredibly funny. Please welcome Jackie Keliiaa, everybody.
Hello. excited to be here, everybody. What's up? Welcome to my kitchen. Oh God, is there anyone that's been quarantining solo? Let's hear it for folks who have been living alone. One sad person. I've been quarantining alone. I know how it is. It's a rough go for folks who are quarantining solo. I've been doing it for a year, so I just hang out with these little streamers in the background. That's right. We love it. Keep things happy and exciting. So. It's a trip though because I've had a lot of conversations with myself. Anyone else talking to themselves lately? Anyone else working out the issue? Like sometimes like you think about shit that happened 2 years ago, and now you got the knowledge to deal with it. You know what I mean? So, okay, we're gonna straighten this situation. Now I'm convinced my neighbors are like, she must have a roommate in there. There must be somebody in there in that space with her. Yeah, it's a weird time, but we're getting on the other end. Anyone vaccinated? Anybody? Woo, 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 woo. Nice. Love it. Yeah. So excited. California's got their shit together. I'm zooming in from Oakland, California right now. They're doing a good job. We got a large percentage of our population vaccinated. Thank God. But still staying inside because, fuck outside, right? Like outside. The people aren't that great, as it turns out. That's what we learned this past year. We're like, oh, we can get along without them, as it turns out. we can. It's crazy. I got hit on the other day by a security guard, and I was like, oh, I got objectified. God, I forgot what it was like to be a woman. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, tell me how they sitting. How are they sitting? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, all right. I forgot how that goes. So I'm gonna get fluent in getting catcalled again. I forgot that's happening soon. I'm gonna be a little stumbly, but I'll get there. I'll make it. I'll make it there. Yay! What's up? 2 weeks and I'm in the zoo. Okay, you're going to the zoo because you got a shot. I like how that's the first place you want to go. You were like, I'm going to fuck these humans. I want these animals. I want to be quarantined and safe and vaccinated for these animals. What are you excited to see at the zoo? Is there a whale there? Maybe I'm doing to Sarah Lell in the chat there. Now Sarah not responding. Sarah was like, we're not talking about the zoo. That was my attempt at crowd work. All right, whatever, fuck it. But I want to tell you all a little bit about myself. My name is Jackie Keliiaa. That's right, that's 4 vowels in a row. Yeah, I'm a Native Hawaiian and Native American on my father's side, Portuguese and Italian on my mother's side, which somehow makes me Mexican. I gotta say that joke was so much scarier, one administration ago. Dangerous times. Yeah. No, it's funny. It's funny because like when you're Native, a lot of people expect you to like have a real Indian sounding last name. Like Mini Gray Horses or Swift Arrow. And I'm like, no, my tribes are Paiute and Washoe. We don't have last names like that. No, we've got last names like Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's it. No, but really, some of my relatives are dicks. Yeah. I mean, just to give you some reference, like Lake Tahoe. Do folks know where Lake Tahoe is? Folks familiar with Lake Tahoe? Yes. Yes. Okay, cool. Yes. Lake Tahoe is my ancestral homeland, the ancestral homeland of my people, the Washoe people. So this past winter, when you guys were skiing the slopes of Squaw Valley, just know that you were desecrating the sacred lands. I thought that would go over for Adam's crowd. I was like, let's ruin Lake Tahoe for this. Yeah, no more skiing. Sorry, folks. Sorry. It's so funny because I would do that joke in San Francisco, and this lady came up to me after a show once, and she was like, I too am Native American. Oh. I am Cherokee. She was like waiting around for like a secret handshake, like she thought we were part of a sisterhood. And I was like, no. So then she just gave up and she drove off in her Jeep Cherokee. No. That's silly. But a lot of folks don't know like what Native humor is. Like a lot of folks don't know what it is, and like honestly, like we love to tease each other. It's like we love to like show our love and affection that way. So for example, in my family, we have a relative named Click Click. And I was like, Dad, why do we call our uncle Click Click? He was like, oh, he had polio. He clicked when he walked. I mean, Click Click made it on the tombstone, folks. Like, that's how deep this goes. Okay, that's let you know. Just trying to school you, trying to let you know. Yeah, it's a trip. It's funny. In the pandemic, recently I found a gray hair. I was very upset. I called my father. I told him without skipping a beat. He goes, "That's that white man in you." Aged hard and fast. I was like, cold-blooded. That's my dad, though. That's my dad. Oh my God. It's been a weird time. Anyone trying to pandemic date? Anyone doing that? Anyone doing that? Pandemic? Yeah, it's a weird time. I will say, at the start of the pandemic last year, I was dating someone, and there was like a hot second where I was like, okay, we're gonna quarantine together, and then we hit a juncture in our relationship. He had the nerve to call me childish.
Oh.
Me. Childish. So I was like, I can't hear you. That's how that ended. I'll go to Costco my damn self. Okay, we're good. No. I tried, honestly, I tried in the beginning, to connect. I was like, let me connect. So, I go on Tinder, I set up an account, and I match with a dude, very excited, cute dude. And then he messages me and says, why don't you come over and ride my face? I was like, wow, if that's your opener, what's your closer? You just fucking murder me? Gotta be safe out there, people. You got to be safe, So I did not go on that date. I did not. Okay, but I did start I did kind of do like a social distance date with a dude, masks and like a picnic, there was like a bread basket and everything. It was all cute. So we had been seeing each other for a hot second, and I was like, let me just see, I'm kind of feeling this dude. Let me see what's up. So I go, are you available and are you interested in dating someone? His response was, suffice it to say that the answer to that question is that it is complicated.
Oh my God.
I was like, what a wordsmith, what a master of the English language, because that is the most roundabout and long-winded way to say, no, bitch, I'm not single. And motherfuckers still playing out there. I just had to report back. I had to let you know what's happening out there in these streets, in these partially vaccinated pandemic streets. That's what it is now. Everybody's like, what'd you get? Did you get the Moderna? Or did you get that Johnson & Johnson? People are making decisions about dating on those decisions. Isn't that weird? It's like a brand name thing. You're like, oh, no, sorry. I only hang out with Pfizer. You know what I mean? That's the new brand shit now. Who knew? We never asked what was in anything before. Now we're asking questions that we don't know shit about RM. What the fuck is RMA? Is it? I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop. I'm Pfizer sexual myself. Go you, Mongo. Yes, thank you so much also, Mongo, for my background and my decor. But it is a trip, though, because, I am out here fully masked and shit, walking my streets, and I have been getting hit on lately by dudes in athleisure wear. Hey, are folks familiar with this? Or folks, do you know what athleisure wear is? It's just sweats. It's sweats. Looks like he's going to the gym. Never been. No intention of going. A single drawstring holds the whole outfit together. You pull on it, everything straight to the floor. And I'm just like, it's so insulting because I'm like, can you try before you hit on me? Just like a common courtesy, if you look like you came from a game of pickup, please do pick up your game. Fuck it. At this point, I don't even need a zipper. I don't even need a zipper, but a button, please, a carefully placed button to let me know that you tried before you hit on me, right? Yeah. So just a little bit of sage advice from old Jackie. Dress for the pussy that you want. Yeah, not the pussy that you are. Super burn. I want to touch on this real quick because Ron was talking about how he got married and then was like, rewind. We didn't want to do that. I've been through that too. Okay, you guys, I was engaged to an Englishman. No fans. Okay, cool. Well, like he was so English. Like I'm thinking back to like our first date, you guys. So it was going really well, candlelit dinner and shit. And he looks over at me and says, "I find your company more than adequate."
Oh my God.
I mean, a bitch was sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I think I needed love and affection and attention at the time. You know, if I had had that, maybe I wouldn't have gotten so wrapped up in this whole engagement thing. You know, it's HALT, right? Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. You know, like if you're one of those things, do not get engaged. All right. So I'm reporting back with some, 2020 hindsight. And I got to say, man was a bitch, hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. So just another bit of sage advice for me, just want to let you know. But it was, I moved out there. I lived out there. We had an apartment together. And I look back and I was like, oh my God, he used to complain that I would steal the covers at night. And I was like, listen, white man, I don't trust you with my blankets. I know what your people I know what they've done. It was a trip, but we were not compatible. It was like not the solid relationship, as it turns out. Like it got so bad that I began finding meaning in Taylor Swift lyrics. So I was like, I gotta click my heels and head back home. But it wasn't a total loss. It really wasn't a total loss because I had a chance, to be in England, to experience the culture, the people, the cuisine, the landscapes. I mean, these people colonized half of the globe, like literally the reason we're all speaking English today. I took a nice hard look around their country and I was like, I can see why they left. Thank you so much.
Hey! Keep it going for Jackie Keliiaa, everybody! Oh my God, Jackie, you're so fucking funny. That was incredible. I'm sorry. This is a comedy show where the host comes up and says, "That was very funny," and you have to stand here while I tell you that. Doesn't happen at most comedy shows. That was great. How have you been? Have you? I feel like you must do a lot of shows on Zoom because you had such a good, you sold your jokes so well right to the camera right afterwards. You're like,
well, Adam, I'm a professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm a professional. Now, we know how to use this space. This is my stage now. I'm afraid though, what's it gonna be like when I get on stage? Actually, I take that back. I did do an outdoor show, and we had a 3x3 stage, and my ass almost fell off, and I was like, oh, I forgot what it's like to use my legs while telling jokes.
Yeah.
I got a little donut I'm sitting on. I'm comfortable. I got shorts on. We're doing it. We're really, yeah.
It's crazy. It's gonna be comedy in 3D. I'm out again. I'm doing it. By the way, also the crowd we have at this show is so much nicer than any real stand-up crowd. You guys don't understand how much more you laugh for some reason than real people who have paid money to go to a comedy show will sit there with their arms crossed, and you folks are sitting in your own fucking living rooms laughing wonderfully. Do you not agree, Jackie?
Yeah, no, it's so true. The one outdoor show I did where I almost fell off the stage. There was a whole ass a table of people that were just so fucking loud, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. They didn't know there was a comedy show tonight. Oh, I forgot that happened. Whereas everybody here, they had to get a link, they had to jump in, they had to be respectful and turn off their camera. They followed rules and shit, and they were like,
yeah.
No audience wants to do that in real life. So thank you for being an amazing audience. Give it up for yourselves, please. They're awesome.
They're wonderful.
Jackie!
Well, you made it easy by being so funny. Where can people see other work of yours? What do you have to plug for us?
Well, okay, so I've got two things, but the first thing I want to do is we had a little real estate problem. This is a book that just published in February. It is the unheralded story of Native Americans and comedy.
I want to read this.
You're gonna. Oh my God, it's gonna ruin everything for you, Adam. I promise. You're gonna learn about fucking westerns. You're gonna learn about the Italians who played Indians for fucking ever that ruined the whole. They're the reason why no one believes I'm Native because they're like, you don't look like the bitch on the Land O'Lakes box. You know what I'm saying? It's all deeply seated in Hollywood, man. This is where Hollywood. Anyway, I'm gonna go on a whole thing, but yes, please do read. Here's the book.
Are you in this book?
I'm in this book, Adam. I'm happy to. There's a little chapter here. I got a little great headshot in there.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna get to it just yet. It's around here. Anyway, it's here. It's in there.
And this book is legit. This is telling it right, because I saw the book was written by a white guy, and that's not wrong, I don't think. But I was like, I've been trained. Hold on a second. Watch out.
Mm-hmm. As you should. No. Okay, so the author is Cliff Nesteroff, and he's an awesome dude. He really put, basically, these are interviews. So he really wanted to situate the voice of the artist. So you see lots of different Native comics in here. You see the 1491s. If you guys don't know who they are, please Google them. They're a Native sketch comedy group. You see Sierra Ornelas in here. And another big thing that's happening today is the launch on Peacock of Rutherford Falls, which is an amazing TV show with a first ever Native TV comedy writer showrunner, and that's Sierra Ornelas. Okay. Number 2, half of the writing room is Native comics. Okay, amazing. And then number 3, mostly like a lot of Native actors. And there's not one stoic bullshit Western thing going on in there. So please do tune in. It's streaming right now. All 10 episodes. Binge.
I can't wait to see this show. I've been so excited to see it. Did you work on the show, or are you just a fan of this show?
I'm a big ass fan, but I'm hoping to. So,
well, you need to do a guest spot. I'm going to email Peacock and tell them. I don't know.
Get me in there. I'll be like, Adam said I'm in. He's a white man. He says some shit. So let
me on. I'm an ally. Let me on the show. No, but you don't know. I've talked about this on my podcast. It's amazing how so much of the American experience is that westward colonization, Europeans pushing west, and there've been movies about it, and almost nothing written by Native folks whatsoever or directed by. It's like unbelievable that this is part of the story, and we've left out so much of it. And like, how many Westerns have been made without centering those voices? Like, it's crazy. And even today, like, when we know better, so I'm so excited for this show.
Yeah, no, it's no more, dude. This is it from here on out. There's another TV show in production right now. Reservation Dogs is coming on Netflix. FX. Sorry. And so there's a lot of good shit happening right now. And then if anyone wants to follow me and hear more about what I'm doing, at Jackie Comedy on Instagram and Twitter.
Jackie Comedy on Instagram and Twitter. Give it up one more time for the amazing Jackie Keliiaa. Thank you so much. All right, we got one last comedian for you this evening. Are you ready for her? You're a little late. I need one more. Are you ready for her? She's incredible. Please give it up for the extremely funny Lynn Rajskub, everybody.
Hi. Yeah. A lot has happened during the pandemic. Everyone has had their different experiences. Life is short. We got to change stuff about ourselves. We got to step up in our own lives. I have a neighbor who comes over, goes into my back porch area, moves the trash cans, opens a gate to my private back porch to knock on my window to go on a walk with me. Oh. Is that all for me or for her? A little of both. I've gone on many walks with her. She chews gum so hard. She asked me if I've ever heard of a TV show called MASH or a show called Happy Days. Loves Trump. And when I'm not available for a walk, she moves the trash can and can see inside my sliding glass window. You know what? I don't want to go on a walk with her. And the next time she did that, I walked right over to my closet and went in and shut the door. Self-care. Started yelling my name. It was terrifying. I'm getting red thinking about it. She's like, Mary Lynn, Trump is doing a lot for farmers. You want to go for a walk? less confrontational than ever is what the pandemic has taught me. My son, the other day, 12 years old, he went to get a glass out of the cupboard. I will mime it out for you. It was all dirty, and he goes, "Why do you hate me?" Was his hilarious. I don't know where he gets that sense of humor from. I saw my neighbor the other day, my other neighbor on the other side, older woman, maybe 80, really sweet, sitting on the bench, enjoying the simple pleasures of life, drinking her little hot water with lemon, the sun. She sees me. I've never met her before. She says, "Hi." I said, "Hello. Nice day, the weather or whatever." And she said, "And come by and say hi to me sometime, whenever you want. Just knock on my door." And I thought that was so precious. And I will never do that. That's sweet, but no, that will not. That's too much. I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale, and it is so violent. That whole society is so violent. I cannot stop watching. And I'm like, why? Why do I? And then I had a recovered memory of an ex of mine. We were in his truck. He was driving. We got to a stoplight, crosswalk, a pedestrian. You know how you have those, especially in like LA, I'm assuming like bigger cities, like you just have those interactions with pedestrians where it's just immediately like, fuck you, fuck you. So like the guy thought that my ex wasn't going to stop, or like he stopped too late for his liking, like looked at him, was like, ooh. And my ex put the car in park, gets out, and knocks the sunglasses off the dude's face. And I could not stop watching that either. So that's why I like that show. That is a work in progress. Obviously, I need to dig in and understand that a little bit more. I was going to bed the other night, circa 9:30. How you do? 9:30 p.m. That's when I have those nights where the bed sheets are clean and it's early and no one's talking to me. I'm like, yes, let's totally party. Good night. And my husband sticks his head in the bedroom door, startling. And I look at him and he's looking at me like this. And I'm like, oh, what? That's what I'm thinking. And I look at him and he's like, so then I realized, oh shit, we're about to make sweet love. That's what that looks like. Then I say out loud, what? What do you want? Because I know how to get it going. How to grease the lips and turn up the heat. He's still looking at me. And I'm like, what do you want? And then he says, you left the refrigerator door open. He really meant it. I left the door open. But in that moment, I was so thinking we were about to make sweet love that my reply was this. Yeah, I did. It's wide open. Come on over and stick your meat in my fridge. Keep that stuff cold for later. That beef cold. Taco Tuesday. We did not make love. No love making. Hey, did you guys know that you can do a bunch of yoga and still be an asshole? I know, he told me that random fact, and then he said, it's not a random fact. I'm telling you. You you're an asshole. And I was like, am I? Okay, let's go over what happened and we'll just suss it out. If you're going to ask me what kind of ice cream would I like from the store, really sweet of you to ask. Thank you for asking. I'll have Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream, please. And then you come back with Kirkland brand Neapolitan ice cream. Who's the asshole? Nobody wants your Costco bulk-sized brand Neapolitan ice cream in the plastic tube that's so large it won't fit into the refrigerator. Chemical-laden name brand, not name brand. That's not what I asked for. That's not what I want. Nobody wants that. He goes, I got a good price. I said, yeah, why don't you get a better price and put $1 on the bedside table and just call me a 4 because that's what you're treating me like. Yourself a trip to the store, okay? Nobody's going to eat that. He goes, I will. I go, yeah, you will because I'm going to tie you to a chair and feed it to you. That's how our S&M thing started. That was a different time. So yeah, that was a little the story of my marriage. I am divorced now. Thank you. You could see my brain going, do I just out and say it like that? Like, yeah, it shit happens. It's all the story of a marriage, and a divorce. My divorce started when my husband left me, is how that when that's so quiet though. I didn't notice him leave. I just kept walking past the bathroom thinking something is different, and I just saw the corner of my eye. And then I realized after a few days that one of the electric toothbrushes were gone, and that guy he uses that. And then I'm so spaced out that I forgot I'm the one that told him to get the F out. I tried so hard to make love work. I really wanted to be married. And when he would, kind of put in a shelf, like sort of do it DIY, do projects, I would tell myself, he's saying, I love you. But you can only tell yourself that for so long. And then finally, I realized, no, he's not. That's not a husband. That's a handyman, is what that is. Thank you. Good night.
Keep it going, everybody! For Mary Lynn Rajskub! Mary Lynn, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's so nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you too. It's like I said, you're one of the last people I saw at a comedy show before the pandemic, where we had a great time at the Ice House in Pasadena on a weekday night in
That
front
was a
of
fun
us.
show.
It was a fun show for a small crowd where it was a good time. I want to know, though, about the club you're currently performing from. Are these streamers normally on the wall, or did you put them up just for the Zoom?
They're for you, and I am thrilled that you noticed them. I had them up for a Valentine's Day show, in all honesty.
Oh, and then why take them down? Why take them down? When I
Exactly.
see somebody, we were walking in my neighborhood, and we saw Christmas lights up like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, hell yes, never take them down.
I also discovered this earlier today.
That's great.
And I realized I'm also a Zoom angel. I have a party curtain, but
Incredible.
peace be with you. Peace be with you.
Do you feel now, Mary Lynn, I've been on television. You've also been on television far more than I have, in fact. How do you feel about how do you feel about the transition from to being on television to doing comedy on Zoom? Because I'm sometimes conflicted about it. Let me be honest.
That's a loaded question there, my friend. How many more minutes left on your Zoom? You know what? This is fun. It's the internet.
I can't believe I asked this question.
It's making me feel less alone.
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't pay as well as television.
Nope.
It doesn't pay at all.
No, we're gonna pay. I'm gonna PayPal you some money after this show that comes from the wonderful
Well, I
donations these
didn't
people
mean
give.
you specifically. Jeez.
I'm like, no. You'll get it. Oh, okay.
But you did get my guarantee, right? I'm going to make my guarantee.
Oh, we didn't discuss. Yes. Okay, yes. You got me in the spot. Yes.
No, I was just talking about Zoom in general, but thank you very much. You're a generous, kind, intelligent. What do you mean by TV versus Zoom?
I don't know.
It's like, do you like doing TV or movies? Hey, do you like doing TV or Zoom? They're different mediums. Are different.
It's whiplash. You get a little bit of whiplash going from one to the other. You know.
Oh, from being an international superstar. I see where you're coming from. Let me put myself in your head.
You're an international superstar,
why am I
Mary
working
Lynn.
my ass off running this show? Where's my I want my TV show back. Is that what you're thinking?
No, my TV show was already. I had already been off the air. It's not that. I don't think we're. I don't know. It's a strange world that we live in. That's all. It's just a strange world.
We gotta support each other while we all become virtual. And I wanted to let you know, I didn't mean to tell you this way, but this isn't really me. This is a hologram of me. I'm actually on the set of Grey's Anatomy right now.
Wait,
what's that? I got to go back to set.
Okay. Give it up for Mary Lynn Rajskub, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, Mary Lynn. Thank you so much for answering my weird questions. Folks, that has been our show. Give it up one more time for all the comics you have seen this evening, for Ron Funches, for Jackie Keliiaa, and to Mary Lynn Rajskub. Please give it up for them. What an incredible time. And I got to thank you folks so much for coming in. Some of you folks have been in our Zoom audience every single week. I want to thank all of you. I see you, Joshua. I see you, Lindsay. I see you, all you folks who've been here with us, and everybody who watches on Twitch and contributes to the show and donates. I just gotta hear. I'm gonna make you yell in your apartments one last time for this show. We will come back hopefully in the future, but this is the last one for a little bit. So let's have one last big cheer for every single comic and every single person who supports this show. I yelled too. Oh my God. It's been so wonderful. It's like Mary Lynn said, it makes us feel less alone and it helps us support each other. And it's been a really wonderful experience for me. And I'm glad that people have been enjoying it to the extent that you have. So that's it for the show. If you folks are in the Zoom room, you can log out and leave while I chat with our audience over here. Let me put all the comic names on screen so we can get a look at them. Here's how you can go support them. Here, let me put Ron there. And then I'll do it like this so that they're in order like that. So thank you so much, everybody. We got some big woos in the chat. Really appreciate the woos in the chat. And who's been donating? We got, holy crap here. We got $10 from D. Makeda. Thank you so much for the $10, D. Makeda. And thank you for the 50 bits, the grandstander. We got $5 from Cujo 20 minutes ago. Thank you. We got a subscription from Tactical Sponge, who's been a subscriber for 7 months. Thank you so much, Tactical Sponge. We've got 50 bits from the grandstander. Been a couple times. We got the huge one from the Unode. Really incredible giant donation from the Unode. Folks, once again, I do pay the comics and our wonderful booker for doing this show. And your bits and cheers and subscriptions do help me continue to do that. So if you are able to support the show, we really do appreciate it. But of course, if you are not able to financially, or if you just don't feel like it, that's completely fine. This is a free show for your enjoyment. Consider it a tip jar, if anything, if you do consider it at all. Thank you, Mongo Freppo, for being here. Thank you, Fan Kiyoshi. Thank you, It Swirls. Thank you, the Atlanta Bean. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Happy to, if we can get a hype train going, that'd be nice. We don't have to get a hype train going, but it's always nice to get a hype train going. Thank you, the Lana Bean, for the cheer. If we get one going, then we can all yell and scream some more. How about that? In the meantime, I'll do a little Q&A for you guys just for a second. We can chat about whatever the hell you like. If you want to know which vaccine I got, I'm going to put this thing in, going to put my seat down here so I could go in sitting mode because I am tired. Get my other mic going. Diamond MX, thank you for the cheer. Geese Teeth, thank you for the cheer. Oh my gosh, we got some folks. To go around Bezos, by the way, Kat just dropped the link. You can put money directly in the tip jar. That way Bezos doesn't get any. Just the credit card company and probably Streamlabs gets some of it, but not Bezos at the very least. Really, thank you for that. It's World says, I assume even when you stop Stopgap, you will continue to play games and that stuff with your friends. Yes, of course I will. I will continue to do my impromptu gaming streams as much as I can. We were playing some Demon's Souls, although I took a break to play Monster Hunter with friends, and I haven't been streaming Monster Hunter with friends because it's a pain in the ass to hook my Switch up to the streaming thing, and I haven't felt like doing it. But I am having fun with Monster Hunter. By the way, Cujo just gifted 2 subs. Thank you so much to Cujo for gifting them to Love Technique and to Counterfeit Mascot. Incredible. And we are on level 2 of the hype train already. Can we get to level 3? I would be curious to find out if we could. And gaming streams do contain some comedy. Yeah, some laughter and jokes. Absolutely. DQNV Divine says, I'm a drag artist and I was considering doing a performance based on Jordan Peele's movie Us. Should I spend $30 for the jumpsuit and scissors? I say yes. Yeah, absolutely. $30 is not, I mean, that's some money, but it's not too much to spend to make an artistic dream come to life. So I say, yeah, do it. I would encourage you to. Riley H says, this has been so nice, Adam. It's been great to get to know you and chat with you for a little bit here on Twitch. I've watched Adam Ruins Everything since I was a kid. Oh my gosh. Thank you for teaching me to think deeply about the world. Oh, Riley, that is such a nice thing for you to say. That is all I could ever hope from anyone watching my show. So thank you so much. That means so much to me that you would say that. Geese Teeth donated $10. Thank you so much, Geese Teeth, and said, I love these comedy shows. And I hope after quarantine to see new projects from you. ARE was my favorite show. You will see new projects from me. That is why we are going to put Stopgap Stand-Up on pause, because I am filming a new show for Netflix. I mean, am I supposed to say that? They haven't told me not to say it. The show has been announced. It's called The G Word. It's about the U.S. government. We're in pre-production now. We're going to be shooting it very soon. I'm extremely excited for it. And I can't wait for you to see it. And that is why I'm not going to be able to shoot for a little bit. I'm not going to be able to do this for a little bit because we're going to be shooting it. So it's going to come out on Netflix. I don't know when it's going to come out yet, though. Still on level 2 of the hype train. We got 3 minutes to go to try to get to level 3. Watch Jackie on Amazonians next week on 4/29. Oh my gosh, we missed that in her plug segment. She is on Amazonians next week on 4/29. What is that? Let's see. I have not heard of this. Amazonians. Yes, she is doing a show. Yes, click that link because she is doing a show that you can watch. Is it a remote show? Looks like perhaps it is. It's an online event. You can register and watch it. Bold and Badass Comedy to support the San Francisco AIDS Foundation. Give that a watch. A show you produced. Thank you so much, Jackie. People, you folks fucking flipped for Jackie. The chat was going nuts. The Zoom was going nuts because Jackie was so funny. You got to go watch that show that she produces, okay? Zoom show. Rhea Butcher is headlining the show. My wonderful TV sibling, Rhea Butcher, incredibly funny comic who has a new album, by the way. Go check it out. I think it's called Pull Yourself Up by Your Bootstraps. It's not called that. It's not called Pull Yourself Up by Your Bootstraps. It's got bootstraps in the title, though. Rhea is the best. So funny. My good buddy. We are going to go see a baseball game, a socially distanced baseball game on Monday. Me and Rhea and a couple of my buds. Gonna be great. D subscribe. Thank you so much for the subscription, D Makeda. And thank you once again to Geesty for the cheer that you gave us. What else is going on? Yeah, we are base buddies, me and Rhea. Maybe I'll wear this hat. This is my Ebbetsfield Flannels hat. If anyone here is from Ebbetsfield Flannels, please send me a hat. I want a free hat. Is the G word only about the U.S. government? Yes, indeed, it is. That is its main topic, focal point. What else is going on? We have 49 seconds to go in the Zoom chat. Do you know sometimes I just like stall out with my like endless prattling? I'm just constantly going, and then we're doing this and I'm doing that and here's what's going on with comedy and blah, 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 blah. And I'm talking a mile a minute and then I'm just like, what? And I just like forget that the camera is on. See, this is why so many Twitch people, like if you watch, like you guys know I'm a fan of Hassan Piker's Hassan. I'm actually not sure which one it is. I think it's Hassan, right? He's a very, very funny guy, very, very good streamer, and he's like so laid back. He's just like eating chicken, and he's like, yeah, oh that's bullshit. You know, and that's because he's on for so long, he can't use all the energy that I do. I'm used to doing stand-up where you do like max energy for 5 minutes and then you leave the stage exhausted. And like, you can't do Twitch that way. You've just got to be like, hey, everybody, how's it going? I'm on Twitch. So the Republicans are sure messing up right now, aren't they? Riley H says, I heard Obama was involved in the G word. What's that about? Yeah, so that show is being produced by Higher Ground, which is a production company that is owned by Barack and Michelle Obama. They licensed the Michael Lewis book, The Fifth Risk, which is an excellent book about how the U.S. government works, and they wanted to make a TV show about it. I pitched, hey, here's how I would do the TV show, and now we're doing it. So that's what that is. They have been extremely hands-off on the project, which is very cool. And it's a part, we're doing it the same as I would any other show where we're doing our research, we're doing the topics, and we are presenting them. Do I talk to them every day? Hardly, not at all. What else? Okay, the hype train ended. We made it to level 2 of the hype train. I really thank everybody else for chilling and watching. I literally am getting texts from my producers right now saying, Adam, we need you to weigh in on shit because we are making a TV show right now. So I got to end the stream. We've been on for an hour, 20 minutes. We had a blast together. I appreciate you folks so much for watching the show. I will be streaming more in the future. We will be having some more fun on stream. But I got to go make some TV comedy. So the other guy said Ziconi or something. Though, thanks so much for watching, everybody. That's our outro. Go give a follow to Ron Funches, Jackie Comedy, Mary Lynn Rajskub. Watch Ron's show on Discovery Plus. Watch Jackie's new show that Catherine linked above. And watch Mary Lynn on all the many wonderful things that she has done. More NES streaming. I would love to stream more NES sometime, and I may just do it. Have a great one, everybody. Oh, we'll do a raid. Oh, fuck. I always almost forget to do a raid. The best part of the whole stream is doing a raid. Should we raid someone? Critical Role has 62,000 viewers right now. Should we raid them? Absolutely not. We're not going to do that. Let's raid... Let's raid
something up to the chat rather than make a roll.
Okay, here's our choice. I'm gonna do a poll of who we should raid. Okay, here we're gonna do a poll. How about this? No, maybe I should just do it. Let's raid. Here we're gonna raid TV&D, which is a D&D stream, and they're doing a Dungeons and Dragons themed. They're doing an Always Sunny in Philadelphia themed role-playing game. So that's what we're gonna watch. That's gonna be very funny. That's comedy and it's gaming. So let me make sure I get it right here. Yeah, TV&D. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Raid TV&D. We're all going to go over there together. I'll be there with you. We're all going to crash land in this channel in just a few moments. Here we go. Let's get everybody get ready to raid. Here we go. Kaboom!